Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Akashic, back at you with another banger. And today's video actually is probably going to be one of the most important videos I've shot thus far. It's going to address a very important subject. It's probably going to hit some nerves. If so, I apologize, but what kind of teacher would I be if sometimes I didn't hit some nerves and upset some people? But you have to be aware, and I have to reveal the truth of things so that you can grow. So today's topic is going to be on forgiveness and why you must forgive in order to go to the higher realms of reality, to vibrate higher, to get into the upper room, to be shaped by the potter in the potter house. So in the Bible, in Matthew 18:21 and 22, Jesus is talking to his disciples. He's talking to them about the subject of forgiveness. And Peter has a question. And he's like, Master, how many times should I forgive a person? And Jesus answers him and says, not only 7 times, but up to 77 times. And before I understood the esoteric meanings of Jesus, and before I started my journey in the metaphysics realm and vibration and all the hidden things, I had a hard time with this because, in my head, I was like, man, if somebody pushed me down, I ain't gonna forgive them, especially if they did it on purpose or if somebody wronged me, and this is the thing, and this is very, very important. When we're talking about forgiveness, especially in the teachings of Jesus, forgiveness is not for the other person. Let me say that again. Forgiveness is not for the other person. Forgiveness is for you. You have to understand that. This is the thing. When you don't forgive someone, that means you're holding on to whatever they did to you. Whether you were touched inappropriately, whether somebody stole from you, somebody might even have died. But forgiveness is not for them, it's for you. Because when you don't forgive, all that baggage, that person has space in your head. That situation has space in your head. And if you don't let it go, it will burrow deep and sow the roots of hate, resentment, all this other stuff. And I know this is going to be tough to swallow. It's going to be a tough video. So this is the thing. A lot of people say, they ain't even say they sorry. They don't feel remorse. They don't, they should beg for my forgiveness. You don't want forgiveness. You want justice. There's a difference. When you expect someone to say they're sorry or show remorse or feel what you feel, that's not forgiveness. You want justice. Let's be clear. Let's be real here right now. Let's separate the two. You feel wronged and you want them to pay for their crimes. At least show some remorse. So you're not wanting to forgive. You want justice. So let's keep that clear. So what you must understand is, let's break down the etymology of the word forgiveness. The root word to forgiveness in the Greek is is ephiemi. Ephiemi means to release or to let go. And when you allow something that has happened to you, whether it's petty or whether it's super serious, I'm not downplaying either side of this, but when you allow that to stay with you, then it lowers your vibration to a point where you can't grow. You can't go up into the upper room. You can't go to the higher levels of reality that you're trying to reach. You have to release. You have to let go. So when you forgive, you're not forgiving the other person for what they did. You're not doing this for them. You're doing it for yourself. You have to release them. You have to release that situation. You have to release the wrong that has been done to you. You have to release the past. So even if a person hasn't changed, they're not remorseful, they don't care, they could still be the butthole that they were before. But that's not about them. Forgiveness is about you. You release. You let them go down the river. You don't hold that burden anymore. Even if you were the one who did the wrong. Say you were in a relationship and you cheated. Well, of course, now there's a difference between forgiving and being apologetic. If you bump into somebody, of course you say, I'm sorry, my bad. Or if you do somebody wrong, you should have some remorse for it and be apologetic. But when you forgive yourself, especially when you want to change, then you release the burden of what you've done. You let it go and let that person go. And then you become a better person because you forgave yourself. So I need you guys to understand, forgiveness is not about the other person. You got to learn to forgive for you. So now this is why this is so important. Let's shift gears. I'm going to tell you why this is so important. Everything in the universe is vibration. Now just think about yourself, and you are at a low level of vibration because you can't release the burden of what has happened to you or what you've done. You feel guilty, or whether you feel this, that, or whatever. Think of reality as layers and layers and layers and layers of alternate realities of who you can be. As long as you don't forgive, then you are stuck in the basement. You are stuck in the lower realms of vibration, in the lower realms of reality of what you can be, because you're vibrating at a low frequency because you have guilt, because you have anger, because you have all of these negative things in, because you have not released, you haven't forgiven. The minute that you truly forgive and you let that go, you now allow yourself to vibrate higher frequency, because now you're vibrating in the frequency of love. And now you can go into the upper room. Now you can commune with the most high frequency, the most high. All these layers that were not available to you now become available. This is why forgiveness is so important. I took maybe a little bit longer on this video because it's really important. This is what Jesus was trying to teach. This is why he said when somebody slaps you on one cheek, give them the other cheek. A lot of people can't relate to that. But if you hold on to anger, hate, guilt, negativity, if you can't forgive someone because you're not forgiving them, you're releasing them. If you can't forgive yourself, if you can't release yourself of the burdens of the past, then you're going to stay in the lower levels of reality. That's as simple as it gets. That's as real as it gets. So I'm sorry if I ruffle some feathers. I know it's going to be hard for some people to digest, but it's my job to tell you what it is, no matter whether it's nice or not. And I got a lot of things going on in the background that I'm excited to release coming up real soon. So keep tuned, keep in store, and until we meet again, namaste.